All right, fellow YouTube family, here putting gas in the car at the gas station, chilling, and something just occurred to me that my videos are very long, so I gotta make this one short. So here it is that the UFC just went through all that trouble to legalize and get MMA legalized in New York. Bellator is smart. The UFC did the heavy lifting, and they're gonna come in and start promoting events in the UFC. Now, this is why I know that Bellator is gonna overtake the UFC. Number one, Bellator is poaching UFC talent. Number two, Bellator has the advantage of being the second runner. Now I'm at the gas station and somebody's blasting the music in front of me, so I hope it's not the music not too loud. So the benefit of being the second runner is that you learn from the first runner's mistake. For instance, the iPhone, Apple was the first runner, and then Google came up with the Android software, worked with manufacturers, and was the second runner. Now we have more Android units and more. Let me take this gas pump. Now we have more Android units everywhere, all over the world. Then the iPad was first, and then now we got Apple running behind them. Now we have more Android tablets. So what Bellator is doing is just sitting back, letting the UFC do the heavy lifting, and then they are the second runner. They're learning from the UFC's mistake. Markets that the UFC is going and looking into, they're just standing in the background watching, and then they'll go in that market soon. So now that MMA is legal in New York, Bellator is gonna move in and do an event there. Didn't cost them a dime. They didn't go through all the trouble. They didn't go through all the hassle or the legal headaches. The UFC did all that, but they're gonna move in and reap the rewards and benefit from it. Then on top of that, Bellator is poaching the UFC's talent. Now, if I have some financial numbers, I'm gonna run and walk you through them when I get back to the house in my money chair. But now I'm just in the fight mobile. So next thing you know now, Bellator is poaching the talent, and what happens is that once the two products become indistinguishable to the consumer, watch out, boy. That's when you know it's over. That's when you know Bellator has the upper hand. So Bellator is gonna continue to take the best talent, the best young prime talent, and some of the well-known gatekeepers from the UFC. So once that happens and the fighters go over to Bellator, all of a sudden now, you see, for the UFC to make money, they have to sell you a pay-per-view. For the UFC to make money, they have to sell me a pay-per-view, then sell me the t-shirt, then sell me the souvenir. They have to sell me something for afterwards. But Bellator doesn't have to sell me anything to sell me anything. Let me explain this. So I just watch TV, and the advertisements are there, and then the revenue is there, and then boom, they get paid from the commercials because they produce content. UFC has to sell me the pay-per-view. They have to market, they have to advertise heavily. And after I buy the pay-per-view, then I'm going to want to buy the souvenir shirt. Then I'm going to want to buy the additional things. Bellator doesn't have to do that. It's already in my cable package. I already got the channel so I can watch what I want to watch. Okay? So this is why the Bellator is going to gradually overtake the UFC. They're streamlining their product. They're getting the best. Now, there's a whole roster of people I could read off that's left the UFC and gone to Bellator, and that would shock you. But pretty soon, and I'm calling it, there's going to be three big names that's going to leave the UFC and go to Bellator. I already announced the first one was Rory McDonald. I got two more big ones in the pipeline that I'm going to announce after I give you the financial numbers. Peace out from the Fight Mobile.